Hi, this time we will explain the storyline of a film called Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds, which was released back in 2017.
그러니까 인터넷 댓글 같은 거 함부로 달면 안 돼.
This film tells about a human who dies and goes to the afterlife to undergo various trials from the gods. Alright, so here was the storyline. The film begins by showing a firefighter named Ja Hong who died while rescuing a child from a burning building. He was then visited by two people who claimed to be the guardians of the afterlife. They were Deok Chun and one maid. Deok Chun held a spirit identification tag belonging to Ja Hong, and it showed that Ja Hong was a noble spirit who rarely appeared. After that, a portal opened in the air and Ja Hong was sucked into it. He went straight to the afterlife to undergo a trial. If Ja Hong could pass through all of the trials, then he would be reincarnated. After arriving at the gate to the afterlife, he met another guardian, named Gang Rim. Gang Rim didn't meet Ja Hong directly because he visited Ja Hong's funeral home and saw Ja Hong's grieving mother. Apart from his mother, there was Ja Hong's younger brother named Su Hong who took the time to go home because at that time he was undergoing mandatory military service. Back to Ja Hong. After passing through the gate of the afterlife, he would undergo 7 trials, which the order was determined from the lightest sin to the heaviest sin. The order of judgment was determined by King Yomra, who was the king of the gods in the afterlife. The first place Ja Hong went was a killer's hell, where he would be judged by the god of killing. One make wondered why a noble spirit like Ja Hong was being judged for murder. Deok Chun, who had the ability to see the memories of spirits, started to find out, and it turned out that Ja Hong had left his co-worker who was crushed by a building while on duty, so his co-worker died. He then stood on a rock where underneath it was full of people who were burning in boiling lava. He began to be indicted by 2 prosecutors who were very eager to have him found guilty. Gang Rim then defended him and asked what really happened. When Ja Hong recalled the incident, his past was clearly displayed behind him and everyone there could see it. After a while, it was finally discovered that his friend's condition was stuck in a building, and he asked Ja Hong to prioritize the safety of the residents who were trapped. He then saved 8 people from the building, but when he was about to return to his friend, the building had collapsed.
최종 판결을 내려주시기 바랍니다.
Ja Hong was declared innocent by the god of killing. After that, Ja Hong and his guardians boarded a boat to go to the hell of laziness. At that time Ja Hong asked the guardians why they wanted to help him, and they replied that they had made a deal with King Yomra. If they succeeded in reincarnating 49 souls in 1 century, then they would also be reincarnated as whatever they wanted. Before the trial, Gang Rim warned Ja Hong not to talk too much in front of the goddess of laziness. The trial began and the goddess of laziness agreed to release Ja Hong because his life was never lazy and he always worked hard. But suddenly Ja Hong said that he did all that for money. This disappointed the goddess and ordered him to be punished. Ja Hong was about to fall into hell where lazy people were tortured. But Gang Rim managed to defend him and Ja Hong's past life was revealed. He worked tirelessly to earn money to care for his sick mother and his younger brother who went to law school.
그 잔혹하고 파렴치한 그 하나뿐인 동생이 있었기 때문입니다. 그가 잘못된 신과 헤어진 사망한 다음 날부터입니다.
Finally, the goddess declared him innocent. Next, they all entered the Forest of Blades. Gang Rim was angry because Ja Hong didn't follow his warning to not talk too much, so he made it clear to Ja Hong not to do anything stupid again. After that they boarded a boat that glided through the forest at a fast pace. Suddenly a ghost from hell attacked them and time there went faster. One make said that it would happen if Ja Hong had a dead family member and carried a grudge. One make and Gang Rim then fought the ghosts of hell. After that, Gang Rim told them all to wait while he went to investigate what's going on in the living world. Gang Rim went and started investigating. When he arrived at Ja Hong's house, it turned out that he found Su Hong was already a wandering spirit. Gang Rim chased him but Su Hong managed to escape. Gang Rim then went to the military base where Su Hong was serving mandatory military service. There, Gang Rim used his powers to see past events. Apparently, Su Hong was a sergeant and was very close to someone named Dong Yan. One day they were on duty together and Dong Yan accidentally shot Su Hong. While in pain, Su Hong ordered Dong Yan to tell their lieutenant named Park and not let anyone else know. Not long after, Park came and was panicked. Dong Yan then told him what happened, but Park decided to bury Su Hong without really confirming his death. Su Hong was then buried alive. After learning where Su Hong was buried, Gang Rim dug it up, and at that moment One Make appeared. One Make said that Gang Rim really liked to interfere with the living world. According to the rules of the afterlife, wandering spirits must be exterminated and their bodies burned. But Gang Rim felt sorry for Su Hong's mother and wanted Su Hong to be properly buried. One Make argued with Gang Rim and they had a fight, but Gang Rim told One Make to return. Meanwhile, shortly after Gang Rim left for the living world, Ja Hong was left with One Make and Deok Chun, but soon the next trial began. Ja Hong was then charged for the lies that he had committed. He had made 98 letters sent to the children from the co-workers who died. He claimed to be their father and made promises to those children. The goddess of lies started to get angry, but Deok Chun, who was connected to Gang Rim, started defending. She said that Ja Hong also always made up false letters that were sent to his mother for 15 years. In the letter, Ja Hong told all the lies about his life so that his sick mother could get better. In addition, the children who were sent the letters knew that it was not from their father, so they could be more mature in living their lives. Thanks to that, Ja Hong was declared innocent. After that, Ja Hong and his two guardians went to the Hell of Injustice, but Ja Hong would not undergo the trial there because he had no sin about it, so Ja Hong would only pass. But at that time, suddenly an ice storm came. Ja Hong and his two guardians immediately boarded the cable car. After that they headed to the Hell of Betrayal, but over there, Ja Hong too would just pass by and would not be judged. Back to Gang Rim, he was following Su Hong who was wandering around Dong Yan. Su Hong even had time to harm Dong Yan, but he ran away as soon as he saw Gang Rim. Gang Rim chased him, who flew to the center of the city. When Su Hong was trapped, Gang Rim asked him to obey so he could be reincarnated. But Su Hong, who was filled with revenge, did not want to hear it and continued to rebel. Su Hong finally managed to escape again. Meanwhile, Dong Yan, who always felt guilty, came to Park, who blamed him even more. After that, Dong Yan got drunk and went to Su Hong's mother's house. He threw a map and marked the location where Su Hong was buried. After returning to the military base, Dong Yan entered an empty room and tried to hang himself. Gang Rim was there. Then suddenly Su Hong appeared behind him and begged Gang Rim's help to thwart Dong Yan's suicide. At first Gang Rim refused because he could not interfere in the affairs of the living world. But Su Hong said that he would obey everything he said. Gang Rim then cut the rope that was hanging Dong Yan and called for help. Besides that, Gang Rim helped Su Hong convey a message to Dong Yan. The actions of Gang Rim, who interfered in the living world, always had an effect on the journey of Ja Hong, One Make, and Deok Chun. When Ja Hong entered the suction hole, which was the gate to the Hell of Violence, Ja Hong and his guardians fell very deep and collided with the rocks. But after Su Hong conveyed his message to Dong Yan, Ja Hong stopped falling and was floating in the hole. Ja Hong was in front of the God of Violence and he was charged for torturing his little brother when they were teenagers. Ja Hong tortured Su Hong near his sleeping mother. After that he left the house and never came back. The God of Violence decided that Ja Hong was guilty. When the door to the Hell of Violence opened, many people were floating in the hole and were being hit with stones. Ja Hong was almost punished there, but One Make opened a portal to the living world and summoned Gang Rim, who was ordering Su Hong's spirit to enter his body. After that Gang Rim requested that their trial to be joined. One Make felt objected, but Deok Chun complied and asked the God of Violence to hold a joint trial. If a joint trial was conducted, Ja Hong's sentence would be withheld and the trial continued at the next court. But if he was found guilty, then he would receive 2 sentences and his guardians would lose their privileges in the afterlife. The God of Violence then agreed to hold a joint trial. After entering the body, Su Hong's spirit was clean and Gang Rim ordered him to go to the military headquarters. Before leaving, Su Hong, who knew that his brother was undergoing trial, told Gang Rim what happened the night he was tortured by Ja Hong.
형이 엄마 앞에서 머뭇거리고 있더라고요.
At the same time, Deok Chun had also seen Ja Hong's past and felt disbelief and questioned if Ja Hong really intended to kill his mother. Ja Hong also said that he was planning to do it, but what he would kill was not only his mother. After smothering his mother with a pillow, Ja Hong intended to commit suicide with his younger brother. Ja Hong did that because their family was very poor and had absolutely no hope, but Ja Hong didn't do that. He was overcome with guilt and left home vowing to dedicate his life to his mother and little brother.
모아놨던 수면제를
끊어지는 순간까지.
After Su Hong and Gang Rim arrived at the military headquarters, they saw Su Hong's mother wearing a cardboard banner and demanded that the military look for Su Hong. That day, Park was leading his men to practice in the field and Su Hong's mother barged in. Park approached Su Hong's mother, who then gave him a map that Dongyan gave her. Park was immediately shocked after seeing the map and he violently kicked Su Hong's mother out. Su Hong, who saw his mother being pushed until she was unconscious, immediately became angry and returned to being a wandering spirit. Su Hong immediately went berserk until he created a tornado. Gang Rim rescued the soldiers one by one there, including Park. When Gang Rim was pressed and Park was almost killed, Gang Rim screamed for help to One Make, who immediately appeared from the portal and attacked Su Hong. Su Hong at that time saw his older brother being sucked in the sand in the eternal desert. Su Hong stopped his tantrum and turned back to normal. The final court then came and the judge was King Yomra. Ja Hong reappeared from the sand and the trial began. King Yomra was angry and decided that Ja Hong was guilty for trying to kill his mother. When King Yomra read out the verdict, Deok Chun kept trying to defend Ja Hong while crying. Because Deok Chun insisted, King Yomra then stopped and asked to display a karma mirror to see Ja Hong's past. On the night when Ja Hong tried to kill his mother with a pillow, his mother woke up and knew what he was doing. After that, Su Hong woke up and tried to stop Ja Hong, but Ja Hong beated him instead. Their mother closed her eyes again and pretended to be asleep. After that, King Yomra was even more angry because Ja Hong's mother had suffered a lot and had to bear heartache for her son's actions. Meanwhile, Ja Hong cried because he didn't expect his mother to wake up at that time. King Yomra again decided that Ja Hong must be punished. But at that moment the court vibrated and the karma mirror showed another view. Apparently, it was Gang Rim who was bringing Su Hong into his mother's dream. In that dream, Su Hong confessed that he had become a judge in heaven and could no longer accompany his mother. Su Hong also asked that his mother to not come to the military headquarters to look for him again. After that, Su Hong discussed Ja Hong, who tried to kill them both. Su Hong cried talking about the behavior of his brother, who always worked hard to send money to them. After that, her mother instead apologized and said that they had done nothing wrong. It was a dream world, so his mute mother could speak. Hearing his mother's voice for the first time, Su Hong and Ja Hong became amazed.
못난 엄마가 잘못한 거야.
After that, King Yomra said that a sin that had been forgiven in the living world would not be judged in the afterlife. Therefore, Ja Hong was declared innocent and would immediately be reincarnated. A light appeared to illuminate Ja Hong's body. Ja Hong turned around and saluted Deok Chun. He also thanked her. After that, Ja Hong disappeared. In the living world, One Make asked what they were going to do next. Then Gang Rim ordered him to take Su Hong to the afterlife. Gang Rim apparently already held Su Hong's spirit badge that was inscribed as a noble spirit. One Make did not believe that he was a noble spirit, because usually wandering spirits couldn't even enter the gates to the afterlife. Gang Rim and One Make also had time to argue, and Gang Rim reminded One Make that he had disobeyed his orders and interfered in his affairs when he was not called. One Make defended himself and said that he came because Gang Rim called him. After that, Gang Rim remembered One Make who came to attack him at that time. He then realized that the One Make who attacked him was King Yomra, who was in disguise and was testing him. Gang Rim decided that Su Hong would be their 49th spirit and they would go straight to the highest level of hell where King Yomra resided. Meanwhile, in the living world, Gang Rim disguised himself as a courier and sent a rice cooker that Ja Hong had prepared for his mother. Inside was also Ja Hong's letter, which no longer contained lies, but an honest letter of apology.
더 늦기 전에 전 이제 어머니 곁으로